Welcome to another episode of
The Epic Family Road Trip.
This week we have our work cut out for us. All that wood delivered to the mainland needs to be taken across the lake, offloaded on the island, and then stacked near the cabin for easy access in the winter. Before getting started, we are going to enjoy a hearty breakfast.
Busy restaurant here, Mama's Cabin Restaurant. Those look good. Alright, so we have another part we need to get in order to make the barge work properly. A solenoid's gone on it, so we're not going to be able to get that till tomorrow. But we can't waste a day like this with winter approaching and the lake is so calm. So we have a couple other plans in mind. One, we're going to use the pontoon. We can put about a face cord or two face cords probably max in there. So it's a lot of driving for a small amount of wood, but we'd probably get the whole thing done in 10-15 loads. But rather than just do this, we're going to get the barge and pull it out there using another boat. So we'll strap the two together. It's going to take a long time to get out, but we'll be able to probably put the entire pile of wood on there, and then we'll take probably an hour to get back. But between doing that and taking smaller loads with this, I think we should be able to get it done mostly today, if not today and a bit of tomorrow. Alright, so we've tied onto the cleats on the side of the barge, and we're just idling and it's moving, no problem. This thing's like anything, you know, heavy. It's hard to get started, but then once it's moving, it just keeps going. So it'll be slow, but I don't think we'll have a problem at all. It's probably the best way to do it.
We are happy to have the barge back in commission. Not only is this boat extremely handy for life on an island, but it also doubles as a very fun boat for cruising around the lake. We've even put lawn chairs and a table on there to enjoy a floating dinner with friends.
barge is, we're almost half full now. Still a good pile of wood, which seems like we're gonna have quite a bit for this winter, which is nice. But what a perfect day. It's nearly clear skies and just a calm lake all day. I could take off this plaid. I thought it was gonna be cold. It's actually really, really warm. So we're just enjoying it. It's the best day to be doing this kind of work.
All right, I think we got about half of it loaded on the barge, and that's pretty much a good load. So we're gonna start moving this across the lake. We'll come back and get that tomorrow. Good boy.
Good boy, Lynn.
There you go.
Good boy.
Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Nicely done. Good boy, good boy. Don't put me in the water.
He's pulling an
He's
entire
got it.
barge full of wood.
Nicely done. You did it, you did it. You pulled us in, good fella. All right. Nice to smell, and it lasts so long, eh? I wouldn't split up too much because the bigger chunks of wood's going to burn for hours and hours and hours. And we're not getting the fire going with hardwood. We get it on with kindling and pine.
What sizes like that?
Those
These
sizes
are
are perfect.
perfect.
There's the odd one in there that's like this wide.
Good morning. So today's another firewood day. We brought this in last night. Our goal now is to throw it off or carry it off to the island here, and we'll probably split some of the bigger pieces before heading back out to get the rest of the wood. There's another full load out there. So the weather's cooperating again today. The lake is super calm, which is nice for transporting heavy loads. You know, wouldn't want to be doing it in the waves, and you've seen how the lake can get, but right now it's perfect conditions. We've got a lot of mist behind me, as you can see, and that's the temperatures dropping. The air overnight gets colder than the water, and it's slowly but surely cooling the water down to the point where probably in a couple of weeks it'll start to freeze. So we're making all the preparations necessary, getting in enough propane, enough fuel, and definitely enough firewood to get us through the freeze over and the entire winter. So yeah, busy day ahead. Come with us. We got a lot planned.
We're just splitting up all the cutoffs from the shed we just built because it's untreated pine and it's really easy to split and perfect for kindling. and we're definitely going to need a lot of dry kindling for the winter. So we're also clearing out the screened in room to set this all in to try and keep it as dry as possible, so we always have something to light our fires in the morning.
So I'm going to be heading out for a few hours, and the boys are going to be doing all the firewood. In the meantime, I'm going to be cooking some squash and onions and get some steaks going. And hopefully I can get those beets out of the ground from the garden and use those up. That'd be delicious. Oh, that's beautiful. I was kind of wondering how they would turn out. Oh, there's another one. Nice. Wow. So I think they like this area. Next year, for sure, I'll plant a lot more.
Go bring it. Good boy. Come get another one, Lynn. Come here. Really? Trying to grab his log. Damn, you're breaking my nose now. Back off. I can't stand him. Rah! I'd love to get something done if you actually help. Trying to make it in the plow. Whoa, watch my elbow.
Alright, the boys have made really good headway on the boat. They're almost done that load. We've got kindling put away now, a bunch of other chores done. I'll show you a bit later, but I got the 12-volt freezer going, so we can start packing it up with food for the winter. And just now that we've worked up an appetite, we're going to get the steaks on and make some dinner.
Well, we just got the last pieces of wood off. And we've got a nice pile going here on mainland, so we can go back to the marina and get the last load. It'll be a little bit smaller than this one, but now the next part begins of stacking it, splitting the pieces that are too big, and then moving them into the house and in places where we'll be able to get them a lot easier, especially in the snow.
The vegetables have been roasting in the hot coals for hours, and the steaks have rested. It's time to eat. There's nothing like a good home-cooked meal after a long day's work.
I cannot believe it. Look at the bench. Back at it. Even for like a Good morning. We're back at the marina getting the last bit of wood. We've already loaded probably half of it onto the barge. It's more than we actually expected. When we took our first load, we filled the barge to the brim, like there was no more room. And I thought there was only a little bit left, but there's more than we expected, which is actually really good news. So we're gonna finish loading this and take it back across, and then really the big job starts of moving forward with it, bringing it up to the cabin, and then splitting the pieces that are kind of odd shaped. Just gotta get at her.
Alright, we're all loaded up. There's just a little pile of bark and stuff. We're going to bring a wheelbarrow out here and clean that up later. And we dropped 2 logs in the water and we got to fish them out. So we're going to try to do that now. But this is not the easiest boat for steering, but we'll see what we can do. You wouldn't want to leave them floating in the water, because if a boat went by at high speed, it could do some damage. Some of you asked last week how long it takes for us to go from the mainland to the island with the barge. And it takes just under an hour. So that gives us a nice little break between loading and offloading. Figured I might as well put a line in and troll. We're going about the right speed. Absolutely beautiful day again. We're really enjoying this fall weather, and you can see on the long-term forecast that cold weather's coming, but it looks like we have about another week of this, so nobody's complaining. Alright, we are going to hook up we've got a 2-inch Honda pump here. We're going to use it right now to fill the hot tub. We've been working hard, and I think we need a good muscle soak. Probably also going to fire up the sauna, and we'll show you how that works. A lot of hard work here, but we also take the time to play and have fun. But this pump is really handy around the island. We'll be using it for occasionally filling the hot tub, but also filling up our main water source, which is in the new shop. And it also comes in handy in the summer if a fire were to break out on the island or even anywhere on the lake. We could whip that into a boat. We have a fire nozzle with a couple 100 feet of hose, and we could help be, you know, first responders. So let's get filling that hot tub. It takes, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 hours to heat up with the wood fire, so we've got to, with this kind of cold lake water, so we've got to get that going right away. That's probably good. Doesn't take long to fill. I'm going to go turn it off before it overflows and then scoop out the needles, and I'll get a fire going. Get this thing warming up.
All the soil, that was the worst. Sorry about your foot. So, with all the hardwood now here on the island, we marked out a little spot right in front of the cabin, and we're going to be able to stack as many cords of wood as we can right in front of our doors, so in the wintertime we can just walk out and grab wood, refresh our supplies inside. And as you saw earlier, Daniel split up and Dad stacked a bunch of kindling right in the screened-in room, which will stay sealed so no snow or anything or water will get in there. So we'll be able to grab kindling and walk it right in, and some good hardwood. This will be really convenient, eh?
You remember how to stack a nice edge from when you were kids? So we're stacking up. We're going to try to have a straight edge here while we'll slightly go back. That allows us to get a really high pile. But we'll see how well we remember the art of firewood stacking. It's really you lay some this way and then you cross them over all the way up. Holds the wall in place. But let's try it.
Alright, so in addition to getting all the hardwood stacked near the house, with all the extra pine we have, we're going to be splitting into smaller pieces for kindling, because the pine's really dry and burns a lot faster, so it's not really good for a long-lasting fire. But it is perfect for starting the fire.
Although there's still a lot of work to do, we are starting to feel more prepared for winter. And as the sun sets, we take some time to rejuvenate in the wood-burning hot tub. Although this beautiful fall weather has been lingering, we know that winter is fast approaching.
There you go.
Make sure to join us each week as we face the challenges and rewards of off-grid cabin living on a remote island in the wilderness. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the bell to be notified. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. It really helps.
And in the meantime,
We'll see you down the road. Good.